Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we will start. Good morning to all. Myself, Shoaib Pirzadeh, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, Milia Arts, Science and Management Science College, Beed. We are discussing on chemical equilibrium. So in the previous period, we have seen that is a law of mass action and how equilibrium constant is calculated from a given reversible reaction. We have solved many that is reactions, or for these reactions we have calculated equilibrium constant, that is the Kc. Now today we study Gibbs free energy or Gibbs free energy change. As this part Gibbs free energy already we have studied in thermodynamics second. So the network obtained from a system at constant temperature and pressure is known as Gibbs free energy. So the network obtained from a system at constant temperature and pressure is known as Gibbs free energy. It is available energy to do useful work. Now mathematically it can be given as as you know, that is Gibbs free energy is denoted by capital G. So change in Gibbs free energy, that is the here minus delta G is equal to network, and that network is equal to W minus P into delta V. Now Gibbs free energy can be defined as already we have defined this Gibbs free energy, or the formula for Gibbs free energy, that is G is equal to H minus Ts. We call this as equation number 1, where G is Gibbs free energy, H is enthalpy, T is temperature, and S is the entropy. As you know this equation previous topic, that is thermodynamics second, we have seen this equation, that is Gibbs free energy is given as G is equal to H minus Ts, equation number 1. Now this Gibbs free energy is a state function. It is a state function and depends on, that is, initial and final state of the system. That is, any quantity when we called as state function, when this quantity depends upon initial and final state of the system, so it is called as state function. So this Gibbs free energy is a state function because it depends on the initial and final state of the system. Now for initial state we can write that is Gibbs free energy is G is equal to H minus Ts. We have to write that Gibbs free energy equation in initial and final state. Now suppose in initial state, that is G1 is the Gibbs free energy in initial state, H1 is the enthalpy in initial state, T1 is temperature in initial state, and S1 is, that is, entropy in initial state. So for initial state, Gibbs free energy can be given as G1 is equal to H1 minus T1 S1. G1 is equal to H1 minus T1 S1, and we call this equation number 2. This is Gibbs free energy in initial state. Now similarly for final state we can write, that is for final state we can use the suffix 2. So G2 is the Gibbs free energy in final state, H2 is the enthalpy in final state, T2 is the temperature in final state, and S2 is the entropy in final state. So entropy in final state can be written as G2 is equal to H2 minus T2S2, where G2 gives free energy in final state, H2 enthalpy in final state, T2 and temperature in final state, and S2 is that is entropy in that is the final state. Therefore, that is change in entropy. Change in entropy, that is delta G, can be given as G2 minus G1. Now put these values here. What is the value of G2? H2 minus T2S2. So put here minus, what is the value of H1? That is G1 enthalpy free energy in initial state, that is the H1 minus T1S1. So we have calculated here, that is change in, that is free, gives free energy, that is the delta G, and that is equal to G2 minus G1. Therefore delta G is equal to, put the value of G2, this is the value of G2, here we have written minus G1, this is the value of G1, that is H1 minus T1 S1. Now take H2 and H1 here. So H2 minus, you have to multiply this second bracket by minus sign, because outside the bracket there is negative sign. So this is the minus H1. So this is H2 and this is, we have to multiply by minus. So minus H1. So H2 minus H1. H2 minus H1. Now this minus T2S2 as it is. Now again, this we have to multiply this minus sign to this minus T1S1. Minus T1S1. So this minus and this minus becomes plus. So it becomes plus T1S1. So H2 minus H1 in one bracket minus this T2S2 as it is, plus this minus and this minus get plus T1S1. Now this H2 minus H1, instead of this H2 minus H1, we can write here delta H. Delta H, that is the change in enthalpy, because enthalpy is denoted as H. So delta H is delta H minus this T2S2 as it is plus T1S1 as it is. Therefore delta G is equal to delta H. We have taken this H2 minus, instead of this H2 minus H1 as delta H minus T2S2 plus T1S1. Next. Now for isothermal process. For isothermal process, what is isothermal process? That is a process which takes place at constant temperature, or temperature remains constant in isothermal process. That is, for isothermal process, here temperature remains constant. So T2 is equal to T1 is equal to T. So for isothermal process, temperature remains constant. We can take T2 is equal to T1 is equal to T. Therefore, so in this previous equation, that is in this equation, that is delta G is equal to delta H minus T2S2 plus T1S1. Instead of this T2 and instead of this T1, we have to put that is T, because at constant temperature or for isothermal process, T2 is equal to T1 is equal to T. So what that equation becomes, the above equation becomes, therefore delta G is equal to delta H minus, here T2 is there. So we have to write here T, Ts2 plus, now here in previous equation, T1 is there. So instead of this T1, we have to take here T. Therefore, delta G is equal to delta H minus Ts2 plus Ts1. Therefore, delta G is equal to delta H. Now, from this Ts2 plus Ts1, we can take minus Ts common. Minus Ts common. So, in bracket, what remains? S2 minus S1. S2 minus S1. So, here minus is there because we have taken that is minus Ts common. So, because this minus Ts2 and this minus and this, minus become plus, so plus Ts1. So, we have taken minus T common. So, in bracket, S2 minus S1. Therefore, delta G is equal to delta H minus T as is. Now, instead of this S2 minus S1, what we can write? That is delta S. Now what delta S is called as? Delta S को क्या कहा जाता है? Delta S, this delta G is the change in Gibbs free energy. This delta H, change in enthalpy, T is temperature, and delta S, change in entropy. This delta S is called as change in entropy. We call this as equation number 4. Now, free energy change for any process is a function depending upon initial and final state of the system only. That is, as already we have seen, that is a free energy change for any process is a function depending upon initial and final state of the system only. There, it will be a definite quantity at any given temperature and pressure. The negative value of free energy change for a process does not necessarily mean that the process will take place. It only indicates that the process can occur provided necessary conditions are set up. Now, the free energy change can be given as already we have seen in, that is the previous topic. The free energy change is given as at constant, that is a temperature and pressure, that is a dg is equal to vdp minus sdt. We call as this equation number 4, that is the free energy change can be given as dg is equal to v into dp minus s into dt. This is equation number 4. Now there are two conditions at constant temperature. What will happen at constant temperature? That is at constant temperature, that is dt is equal to 0. Now put here, that is dt is equal to 0 in above equation. If we put that is dt is equal to 0 in above equation, this quantity becomes 0, that is s into dt becomes 0. So what remains? Therefore dg is equal to v into dp only, that is dg is equal to v into dp remains, and we call this equation number 5. So this is the free energy change equation, dg is equal to v dp minus s dt. कंडीशन अप्लाई कीजिए एट कांस्टेंट टेम्परेचर पे क्या होगा? dt 0 होगा. ऊपर के इक्वेशन में रखिए dt इज इक्वल टू 0 4 में, ये क्वांटिटी 0 होगी dt, यानी सेकंड क्वांटिटी बिकम 0. सो व्हाट रिमेंस? ओनली dg इज इक्वल टू vdp बिकॉज दिस इज 0. वी कॉल दिस इक्वेशन नंबर 4. नाउ integrating equation 5, we have to integrate this equation 5 between the limit g1 to g2 and that is p1 to p2 we get. So integration of, that is left hand side first. So integration, here dg is there, so we have to take here integration as g1 to g2 into dg is equal to, now here dp is there, so integration with respect to p1 to p2 v into dp. This is equation number 6. Now for ideal gas we have, that is ideal gas equation for n mole, small n, we can write that is pv is equal to nRT. Ideal gas equation for n mole is, that is the pv is equal to nRT. Now where p is the pressure, v is volume of gas, n small n that is number of mole of gas, r that is gas constant, and t is temperature. Because in previous equations here v is there, so from ideal gas equation we have to calculate the value of v, and that value of v here we have to put in this equation number 6. So this is ideal gas equation for, that is n mole, pv is equal to nRT. From this, what is the value of v? Therefore v is equal to nRT upon p. The value of v is nRT upon p. Therefore equation 6 becomes, that is in equation 6 we have to put the value of, that is a v as nRT upon p. P. Equation 6 becomes therefore integration G1 to G2 into of dg is equal to integration from P1 to P2 nRT upon P into dP. Now this is d means derivative and this integration. What is the integration of this G1 to G2 dg? This d means derivative and this integration. जब integration और derivative एक साथ आते हैं तो it become cancel. So only this quantity remains, that is the g. Remember that. Maths वाले अच्छी तरह जानते हैं, that is when integration and derivative come together, they get cancelled. The original quantity, that is g, is remains here. So this g is there. Understand? And what are the limits here? G1 to G2. Here by mistake I have written that is G2 to G1, but it is G1 to G2 is equal to, that is nRT. nRT is constant, that is number of mole of gas constant, so we can take outside the integration. R gas constant we can take outside the integration. T temperature is also constant, we can take integration, that is outside the integration. What remains? That is 1 upon P into dP, and limits are, that is P1 to P2. Now here put upper limit, that is G2 minus G1. Here this is G2 means G1, upper limit is G2 and lower limit is G1. By mistake I have written here, that is in typing G2 to G1, but it is G1 to G2. So G2 to G2 minus G1 is equal to, that is nRT into 1 upon P into dP. What is the integration of 1 upon P into dP? As we have seen, that is integration of 1 upon x into dx is, that is ln x or log x. So here is the ln of P. ln means it is the form of log की एक शक्ल है, and its limits are P1 to P2. Therefore instead of this G2 minus G1 we can write here delta G is equal to nRT. Now put upper limit ln P2 minus ln P1, and this ln P2 minus ln P1 we can write here ln P2, that is delta G is equal to nRT ln P2 divided by P1, that is log m divided by n is equal to log m minus log n, that is we can write here. So this is the final equation for, that is change in Gibbs free energy, that is delta G is equal to nRT ln P2 upon P2. Now next is free energy and equilibrium constant, or it is also called as thermodynamic derivation of law of mass action. This is very important, that is bit always 10 mark question is obtained on this bit, that is obtain thermodynamic derivation of law of mass action, or derive, that is a mathematical expression for law of mass action. So for that, that is consider the general reaction of the type A into A plus B into B, it gives C into C plus D into D. That is a general reversible reaction we have considered. Let the concentration of species is given as concentrate. This is concentration of A, this is concentration of B, this is concentration of C, and this is concentration of D, etc. That is the concentration of A is denoted by this, concentration of B is denoted by this, concentration of C is denoted by this, and concentration of D is denoted by this. The free energies of various substances at temperature are denoted by mu A. Remember, this is the free energy of various substances, that is free energy of A, mu B, mu C, mu D, etc. Remember that some complicated formulas are there in this. So mu A, mu B, mu C, and mu D are the free energies. Now the free energy for multi-component system can be given as, the free energy for multi-component system can be given as, that is this is the free energy for multi means many, multi-component system is given as G is equal to N1 nu1 plus N2 nu2 plus N3 nu3 plus dash dash dash. So this is the where N1, N2, N3 etc. are moles of various components. N1, N2, N3 are moles of various component. Therefore, G of product, that is Gibbs free energy of product, can be given as C small c into mu c. Mu c is the free energy of C plus D into mu D. This is the plus dash dash. So this is the Gibbs free energy of the product, G of product. Now similarly we can, because in this reaction, see why we have taken here mu in products are C here. C into C plus D into, these are the product, and A into A plus B into B, these are the reactant. So we have written Gibbs free energy for product is equal to C into mu C plus mu D into mu D plus dash dash. Now G of reactant is equal to A into mu A plus B into mu B plus dash dash. Now Gibbs free energy can be given as, change in Gibbs free energy can be given as delta G is equal to G of product minus G of reactant. Now we have written here, that is the values for G of product and G of reactant. G of product is C into mu C plus D into mu D plus dash dash minus A into mu A plus B into mu B plus dash dash. Now, but the chemical potential can be given as, so please pay attention here because it is complicated equations are there. So we have to pay attention. That is mu is equal to mu naught plus RT ln A. So see, what is previous equation? This is the previous, you remember this equation, that is delta G is equal to C into mu C plus D into mu D and A into mu A plus B into mu B. So but what is the value of mu? Mu is equal to mu naught plus RT ln A. Mu naught plus RT ln A, where mu naught is equal to chemical potential in standard state, where mu naught is equal to chemical potential in standard state. Now in this equation, see where mu C is there, and but mu C is equal to, so we have to put here mu C is equal to mu naught C plus RT ln AC. This is general, mu is equal to mu naught plus RT ln A. So instead of this mu, we have to write here mu C. Somewhat complicated reactions are there, but you have to pay attention here. C. So put this in previous equation. What is previous equation? So see this previous equation. Delta G is equal to C into mu C. First, C as it is. I have written here C as it is. See this C. But what is next? What is there? Mu C. But what is the value of mu C? Here only mu is there, so we have to put here mu C. What is mu C here? यानी उसका सफिक्स आप इस इक्वेशन में mu का सफिक्स आपको क्या करना है? C लेना है. Understand? So what that equation becomes mu naught C plus RT ln AC. Understand? See this equation and this equation. ये mu का इक्वेशन देखिए और ये C का इक्वेशन देखिए, दोनों को कंपेयर कीजिए. Only that is here mu C is there and here not any suffix is there. So mu naught C plus RT ln AC plus D into, because the second is D. See here D as it is into mu D. Again that is same equation. Only we have to take here suffix, that is the mu D plus RT ln AD plus that is the dash dash is there plus dash dash. Now next minus as it is A into mu A plus B into mu B. What we have to put here? A as it is into mu A plus B as it is into mu B. So we have written here that is minus as it is A into this mu A. This we have to, instead of this mu we have written here mu A, mu naught A plus RT ln A into A plus this B as it is into that is mu naught B plus RT ln AB plus dash dash. Now we have to rearrange this equation. Therefore delta G is equal to, now multiply this C by this mu naught C. ये C से क्या कीजिए? mu naught C को multiply कीजिए, तो क्या होगा? C into mu naught C. I have written here by that is red. Now this D से multiply कीजिए इसको, D into mu naught D, D into mu naught D. Understand? अब क्या करना है आपको? दिस A से multiply करना है, यानी म्यू नॉट के जो टर्म्स है हम एक जगह लिख रहे हैं। पहले क्या किया हमने, सी से इसको मल्टीप्लाई किया यहां पर लिखे, बाद में डी से मल्टीप्लाई किया इसको यहां पर लिखे, प्लस डैश डैश माइनस दिस माइनस इन अनदर ब्रैकेट, दैट इज ए से मल्टीप्लाई करना है इसको, ए इंटू म्यू नॉट ए, बाद में क्या करना है आपको, बी से मल्टीप्लाई करना है, ये बी से प्लस बी इंटू म्यू नॉट प्लस डैश डैश इन वन ब्रैकेट। नाउ व्हाट रिमेन्स, ये पहली क्वांटिटी देखिए, पहली क्वांटिटी हमने लिखा है यहाँ पे, दिस क्वांटिटी सी, दिस क्वांटिटी डी, दिस क्वांटिटी ए एंड दिस क्वांटिटी बी, we have written here. What remains? Now the second quantity remains. Again we have to multiply the second. Now in second one, see these are the four terms: RTLNAC, RTLNAD, RTLNAA and RTLNAB. From this, what is common? Common क्या है बता सकते क्या कोई इसमें? ये चार क्वांटिटीज देखिए, 1 2 3 4, चारों में कॉमन क्या है? RT is common. देखिए RT is common, here RT is there, RT is there and here RT is there, so we have taken RT common. So what remains, ये C से मल्टीप्लाई करके टर्म लिखेंगे, C इंटू, क्योंकि ये C ब्रैकेट में, C ब्रैकेट के बाहर है इसलिए C इंटू LNAC, ये C से मल्टीप्लाई किया हमने, यहाँ पे D से मल्टीप्लाई करना पड़ेगा, प्लस D इंटू LNAD प्लस डैश डैश, यहाँ पे क्या करना पड़ेगा आपको, A से मल्टीप्लाई करना पड़ेगा, A इंटू, यहाँ पे भी RT कॉमन लेंगे, A इंटू LNAA प्लस B इंटू LNAB प्लस डैश डैश. So this is the, that is expansion of this. So we have to see here because somewhat more mathematical formulas are there, so somewhat difficult. Therefore delta G is equal to, now this is nothing but by red, that is I have written as C into mu naught C plus D into mu naught D plus dash dash minus A into mu naught A plus B into mu naught B. Instead of this we can write here, that is this is the gives free energy in standard state, that is the delta G naught plus remaining quantity as it is, that is RT. Now m log A we can write as log of A raised to m. So similarly this C we can take here in power, so we can write here RT ln AC, this ln AC, और ये C को हमने क्या किया है, पावर में लिया है, अंडरस्टैंड, C को हमने पावर में लिया है, प्लस यहाँ पे किसको पावर में लेना पड़ेगा, ln A d रेज टू d, देखिए d को पावर में लिया है क्योंकि m इंटू लॉग A इज इक्वल टू लॉग A रेज टू m, ये फॉर्मूला यहाँ पे यूज करेंगे, माइनस, और दोनों में से भी हमने क्या किया है, पहले RT कॉमन लिया है, माइनस दिस ln A रेज टू A, ये A को हमने क्या किया है, पावर में लिया है, प्लस दैट इज B, यहां पर क्या किया है, B को हमने पावर में लिया है, B, दैट इज ln AB raised to B plus dash dash. Now from these two quantity again, that is the RT is common, so therefore delta G is equal to delta G naught plus RT. Now this can be written as, see, log m minus log n, log m by n, so we have written here RT, this is m, this is m, I have written in numerator, and this is n, so we have written that is the denominator. So this is the constant quantity, that is AC raised to, that is therefore delta G is equal to delta G naught plus RT ln AC raised to C into AD raised to D into dash dash AA divided by AA raised to A into AB raised to B into that is dash dash, and this is a constant quantity, so we replace this by that is the K. So our equation becomes therefore delta G is equal to delta G naught plus RT ln as it is, and instead of this whole quantity, that is we can take here K, and where K is known as equilibrium constant. So since for a system in equilibrium at constant temperature and pressure, the free energy change is zero, that is for a system in equilibrium at constant temperature and pressure, free energy is zero. So we can write zero in previous equation. So in this equation, we can write delta G as zero. So what that equation becomes, delta G naught is equal to minus RT ln this AC raised to C into AD raised to B into dash dash divided by AA raised to A into AB raised to B. So we, instead of this constant quantity, we can take here, that is the K. Therefore that is delta G naught is equal to delta G naught is equal to minus RT ln K. Instead of this, that is a quantity we can take here, K, that is the equilibrium constant. So this equilibrium shows that decrease in standard free energy of a reaction is the measure of the magnitude of the equilibrium constant. It also indicates how far the reaction will go and how the constituents will be related with equilibrium. So this is the derivation of law of mass. And it is simple, but we have to remember only that is the reaction. That is, we have to consider here general reaction of the this type, then G of product and G of reactant. We have to write change in, that is Gibbs free energy, G of product minus G of reactant, and put the values. Then that is chemical potential can be given as mu is equal to mu naught plus RT ln A. Put the values and solve. And finally, instead of this AC raised to C into AD raised to D divided by AA raised to A into AB raised to B, we can take here constant K, where K is called as equilibrium constant. And for system in equilibrium at constant temperature and pressure, delta G is 0. So put delta G as 0 in this equation. यहाँ पे delta G 0 रखना, that is delta G 0 रखेंगे तो क्या होगा? We can get this equation. And this, instead of this quantity, we can take here K. So this is about that is a derivation of law of mass action. 10-mark question is asked on this, that is the bit. If you write correctly this, you got 10 out of 10 marks because it is purely mathematical part. We have to do practice because more equations are there in this, that is bit. Okay. Remaining part we will be discussing the next period. If any difficulty is there, you ask me. Or write in the chat box. Okay, we will stop here.